will be there with the National Guard. We actually sent Homeland Security officers in to protect the courthouse because they were unable to protect the courthouse. And as soon as they got there, the courthouse was protected. But we'd like to go a big step further than that, and we could fix the problem very quickly. But they have to call us, and we have to respond to their call. That's the way it works.
And your reaction, sir, to the NBA protest yesterday against another shooting of a black man by police?
I don't know much about the NBA protest. I know their ratings have been very bad because I think people are a little tired of the NBA, frankly. But I don't know too much about the protest. But I know their ratings have been very bad, and that's unfortunate. They've become like a political organization, and that's not a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing for sports or for the country.
Mr. President, you have a large storm. You have the fallout from these police shootings. Is tonight an appropriate time to have a political celebration?
Very appropriate. The country's doing very well economically. We're on a V. It could even be a super V. We set a record last quarter on jobs. The job numbers were, as you know, over 9 million jobs. That's a record in the history of our country. I think we're going to have a GDP that's going to be mind-boggling. Now, that'll be announced, interestingly, just before the election, so that'll be very interesting. But the Fed, as you know, I guess it was the Atlanta Fed announced that they projected a 26% GDP. There's never been any such thing anywhere in the world as a 26% GDP. So we're doing very well. We're coming back. And that's despite the fact that great places like North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan are shut down unnecessarily at this point. It's crazy what they're doing, but they're doing it, I think, for political reasons because they'd like the number to be as low as possible. And actually, I think they're making a tremendous mistake. And you have to remember the shutdown, what we did initially was a very, very important thing. Otherwise, you'd have millions of people dead. You would have millions of people. And then we learned and we watched closely, and now we have vaccines coming very soon. We have therapeutics. It's been incredible what's taken place. But I have to say they should open up their states. Let them open safely and carefully. Open up their schools. Let them play football. It's got to open up. And we had a great number of doctors, as you know, in the office yesterday, the world's leading experts on this, and there's great danger to shutdowns. And that's in the form of suicides, in the form of alcoholism and drug use, and so many other things are caused. It's a bigger problem. So whether it's North Carolina, Pennsylvania, or Michigan, or others, they should open up, and we have to get on with it. It's very sad. It's very dangerous what they're doing, actually.
Have you seen the video of this?
Interesting topics right there, but we're here to talk about the weather.
Right. We're 12 hours after Hurricane Laura made landfall as a Category 4 storm, and now it's already been downgraded to a tropical storm.
That's what usually happens. I want to talk with Carson right now. So we had to kind of call an audible there, to use some sports vernacular, because the governor of Louisiana started talking with his news conference here. So, Carson, this is an interesting storm because Beaumont and Port Arthur is so very lucky, so fortunate, because they've really threaded the eye of the needle. They had barely had any damage at all, but Orange County did. As that storm pivoted last night and started going toward central Louisiana. They got the western wall of the eye. That's why the governor and the politicians are taking care of damage there. The rest of us got off pretty lightly, except for our eastern counties. He explained that storm track, why Orange got hit, and also our eastern counties.
Yeah, so most of us dodged a bullet here in southeast Texas, but unfortunately, you know, we did have some damage across far east Texas and also into southeast Texas, near, as you mentioned, Neil, the community of Orange. Now, I do want to show you what we were seeing. This is 1:25 this morning, and as you can see, the storm was at its strongest point at that point. It made landfall near Cameron, Louisiana, and typically, as Neil was mentioning, the western eye wall is one of the most dangerous parts of the storm, and that's exactly where Orange, Texas was, very close to the Sabine Lake area. And also, typically you see the heaviest rain and the highest tornado potential to the northeast side of the storm near Lake Charles. You can see that blip of convection there where you saw those showers and thunderstorms. That is also a dangerous part of the storm because you see those very strong winds, you see the possibility of isolated tornadoes, and obviously a lot of that rainfall. So here's how the storm materialized, and part of the reason why we didn't see any much in the way of rain here in East Texas was because this was so far to the east. Now, as you can see, this continued to push up to the north and following almost parallel to the Sabine River and the Toledo Bend Reservoir. We did have some damage reported in Sabine County and also Shelby County in the form of just some power outages and some trees down as well. But once again, very strong winds through Natchitoches along Interstate 49, and as it moved off to the north, we are still seeing, as a matter of fact, some heavy rain from what is now Tropical Storm Laura. So once again, the main threats right now, I mean, for us in East Texas, frankly, we're almost done. I mean, we do have a few showers here near Texarkana, Lone Star, Marion County, and also parts of Harrison County there, but we're really not dealing with too much, and we certainly dodged a bullet, especially if you were in our central or western counties. Now, I'm not saying that we won't have some gusty winds from this storm, but the main issue with the storm now is going to lie in Arkansas, where they're going to see some very heavy rain near the Little Rock, the Pine Bluff area, and also just to the northeast of El Dorado. So certainly some good news, and obviously since the hurricane is over land, it's going to continue to weaken as it does start to push off to the north and east. But that being said, expect some gusty winds this afternoon, particularly if you're in our northeastern counties between Linden and Queen City. We're also picking up a little bit of rain there along the Sulphur River just to the south of Maud, and also in Marion County, Marshall there in Harrison County, right along the Caddo Lake area. So the good news is, for the most part, we're done, but we still have at least a slight chance of rain, and we'll be dealing with those gusty winds on and off throughout the afternoon. Neil?
Okay, Carson, thank you very much for that. We have some news coming in right now. The governor of Texas a few moments ago was talking about an unconfirmed death in a 14-year-old girl we found out in Sabine County, I believe. So go ahead and with that.
Yeah, so he mentioned that earlier. We know there are 4 deaths in Louisiana, and the governor alluded to that one death. Yeah,
one time he said it was unconfirmed, but come to find out it is confirmed.
It is confirmed.
14-year-old girl, and Mr. Producer, in what county?
Sabine.
A tree fell on a mobile home in Sabine County, so that has been confirmed, and that is bad news.
Bad news, absolutely.
All right, so this concludes our coverage right now.
Yep, we'll have more at 5 o'clock. Tune in then.